Oh, Hangouts on Air is going away later this year for quick streaming. Try YouTube webcam. And it's live. What's going on, everybody? This is not necessarily an interview no show because he told me on this or later, on the Tuesday that he wouldn't be able to make on a Friday. So it wasn't like he was holding me up or he was not responsive. He just told me earlier this week that he wasn't able to make it this Friday. So it's not necessarily an interview no show. Maybe just like an interview, no interview, no interview day or no interview night. Um, let me try to let me go to my chat just to see if anybody's here. Nobody's here. That's cool. But I do want to do something. I don't want to just waste time and just not do anything for this new interview no show. I actually wanted to show some things that I've been looking at throughout the past week or 2 weeks ago, or yeah, 2 weeks. So I know um, I know a lot of people don't really know what type of food to eat. I'm actually having trouble too, trying to figure out what type of food to eat and if I should eat this or if I should eat that. So I've been thinking to myself, like, I've been trying to research some things, and even now, I don't know if I necessarily have T Mal. Um, I don't know if I have T Mal, but for some reason, I decided to like stick to a low choline diet or whatever. I wanted to see other options available. So I actually came across these links. One is from the Meeble blog, and they also share this PDF for like low choline foods. I want to share that because I saved it somewhere, and I want to share it. So I'm going to share my screen so you can see everything I'm seeing. Hold on a second here. Boom, 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 boom. Now it's okay. And now I'm going to share my screen as so. Hold on. Not my entire screen, just my browser window, and hit share. So it shows what I'm seeing. And now I'm going to go to this link here. I'm going to drop this link in the chat. Hold on a second here. Drop this link in the chat so people can go and see exactly what I'm seeing. So let's go back to here. So what to eat on a T-MAL low choline diet, 3 main protocols of T-MAL diet. How do we get protein and fiber? Starvation diet and odor. Let's let's read the whole thing because I'm going to probably stay on here for maybe 30 to 40 minutes. So I have a lot of time just to read stuff, maybe respond to anybody that's talking to me if anybody talks. So the problem with T-MAL diets. The main problem one encounters with recommending specific diet foods for T-MALs, not all T-MAL persons do well with the T-MAL protocol, implying that there might be other concerns as noted in the PowerPoint presentation by Dr. Colin H.W., MEBO Scientific Director in the UK. Dr. Colin H.W. Dimethylsulfamidemia section on T-MAL. Some sufferers speculate that their symptoms are triggered because they have adverse reactions to sulfides, dairy products, sweets, carbs, in addition to or instead of choline. I think that's the problem I have at the moment. I think for me, for some reason, even when I eat like fruit, I think I still smell worse. And my theory is the reason why I smell worse is because I think the sugar within the fruit ferments more within my intestinal tract. So it's still going to make me smell worse, even though it doesn't have like any sulfur compounds that's going to make me smell like feces. Like the sugar that's within the food is still going to give me, an unpleasant odor, but I can't prove it. In any case, yeah, I read that. So unfortunately, we took into account what every single sufferer thinks triggers their respective odor symptoms. The diet will list one word only: water, and the water alone will not sustain life for very long. Therefore, the diet discussed in this post is strictly for TMA produced body breath odor and is based on the published TMAL protocol discussed and recommended in the article Trimethylaminuria, written by Doctors Ian Phillips and Elizabeth Shepard. I wish I knew their email addresses so I can contact them. It seems that even some experts go modifying some of their opinions through time. Also, as we know, we have plenty of expert sources that tell us what not to eat, but very few that tell us what we can eat. First, the question is, what is the recommended dietary intake for persons who do not have a malodor condition? And you see here, I'm not going to read the whole thing because this is a pretty lengthy article here. But I do want to go, I think there's a section where it talks about protein. Fruits and vegetables, dairy, grains, high fiber foods. Some tasty protein options. Spaghetti with ground turkey and a small amount of beef, optional, and lots of tomato sauce adds little beef flavor. Also within here, they show you the spreadsheet of the low choline foods. So I'm going to actually show that because I actually saved it. And let's go here. I'm also going to drop the link. So if anybody wants to look at the low choline foods here, here we go. Drop the link too. So it's about 13 pages here of the low choline food, and it's from 0 all the way to what is the highest amount of choline food? 682, I believe, grams. What is it? Milligrams per 100 grams of food. So the funny thing is, like, all the foods that are very low are not really food that you can necessarily eat. For example, like salad dressing. You can't eat salad dressing raw. Or, I mean, I guess you can drink beverage colas, but again, it's very fatty. You know, it's full with just sugar alone. It's not really going to make you satiated. Iced tea. A lot of these are just juices and then just liquids. Grape juice. Coffee. Even though I've heard that people say that coffee makes them smell bad. But another thing I've noticed is rice. Rice, long grain, regular cooked, is about 2 milligrams per 100 grams of food. Now, if we go back to the article here, it shows you the adequate amount of choline that you're supposed to eat. So for males, I'm at 19 to 13. For males 14 older, you're supposed to get 550 milligrams of choline. And for rice, that's, you only get 2, so it's very low. But I hear it in a lot of discussions. Let me just check on the chat. Nobody's here. That's cool. I've heard that a lot of people don't really eat rice at all. A lot of people don't eat rice at all, even though it has like the lowest amount of choline intake. But I've heard that, like, some people feel that rice makes them smell worse. And for me, I don't know. I can't really smell myself at all. I can't smell myself at all, so I can't determine if I do smell bad with white rice or even brown rice. I know they have brown rice in here. Let me see here. Brown. I thought there was brown rice. I thought there was brown rice here. No, there's no brown rice in here, which is interesting. But another thing I saved is another link to amounts of different types of food that you can eat. So this is nutritiondata.self.com. So you can type in a type of food. Let me check on the chat, see if anybody's here. No one's here, and that is great. But this is self-nutrition data, or nutritiondata.self.com. No, thank you. And this is a good website that shows the amount of choline, the amount of any type of vitamins and minerals that are within the food that you're looking for. So with brown rice, long grain cooked, 1 cup of it is about 17.9 milligrams of choline, compared to, am I all the way up top? Compared to the white rice, which is only 100 grams. How much is 100 grams for a cup? 100 grams. Grams to cups. To cup. So 100 grams is a half cup. 100 grams is a half a cup. So if this is 1 cup, a half a cup of this would be approximately like 9 milligrams of choline. Let me check the chat here. Nobody's here. That's fine. So this is a good data source you can go to if you want to check to see if you have choline. Did I even, hold on a second, did I even drop any links here? I'm going to drop this link right here, and that's great. So yeah, that's interesting. So if you do feel that you have choline, I think this website is a good website to go to if you're trying to track how much choline is in within a number of things. I already looked at a number of different options like sweet potato. You can go to search. And there's just a list of different types of sweet potato foods that they have tracked, like baby food, fruit and vegetable, apple, and sweet potato. Um, Snacks, sweet potato chips. I think I just went to sweet potato baked or cooked or something, baked without salt. And you get zero choline. What the heck? No, that's not the one I want. Cooked without, yeah, cooked, baked without salt. And the choline is 26.2 for 1 cup sweet potato, but let's talk about just a large one. How much is that? It changes the choline value, so now it's like, oh, still like 23.6 milligrams. So technically, sweet potatoes should be cool if you actually have T-mal or anything like that. And it also has a lot of fiber. Let me look at the fiber. Where is it? Okay, dietary fiber has 24% of the amount of fiber that you need daily. So that's great. Let me look at chat again. If anybody's here, no one's here. That is fantastic. So that's some interesting stuff. I did want to show. Another thing I actually wanted to show. Yeah, I'm going to just use this whole section to just talk about things I've saved and I was looking at for a little bit. So let me go to BO. I always wanted to make a video about this. Danny Coons on fecal body odor smell type. So there is this body odor research blog from a guy named Danny Coons. If anybody's watching this and it actually knows his email address, that would be awesome. I would love to try to talk to this guy and maybe understand how he like researches this thing, because he has some interesting stuff. And I'm actually going to drop another link. This is just going to be me just dropping all the links of things I've been looking at thus far. So in here, there was something interesting about this article. It's talking about the fecal body odor smell type. And I know he had like some type of graphs, some type of thing that he had created that showed the amount of chemicals that are released in the skin when they eat certain types of foods. But I don't know where it's located. Hold on a second here. Did this one? No. Which one could it be? Maybe it's in here. There's a lot of articles I always wanted to show, but I never got around to doing it. Poor dad. No, that's not it. I know it's somewhere within this blog that there's like some type of link that transports you to his like research that shows about fecal body odor. I want to show that before I leave this broadcast. I guess I could read this thing because it's a fairly short blog. Hold on here. So, as stated in an earlier post, the most prominent reported smell type for T-mal type 2 patients was the fecal smell type. But not only T-mal positive patients reported such a type of smell, another body odor sufferer type do show the same fecal body odor pattern. Interestingly, all of those non-T-mal patients report having irritable bowel syndrome as well. That's very interesting too, because I don't think I ever had IBS at all. Maybe I did, but I just never connected it. I never connected it. I never had constipation or bloating or diarrhea or all the typical symptoms that you get from IBS. But let me just finish reading this stuff. We took a closer look into the combined bacterial and human metabolism. The central chemical compound involved in the fecal smell seems to be indole. Indole is produced within the bacterial metabolism as a precursor of tryptophan. As major source, the bacteria use glycolysis based on sugar carbohydrates. To let bacteria produce too much indole, we found certain criteria. Tryptophan absorption of the intestinal cells is lower than the serine and glycine absorption. Histidine malabsorption is present. Tyrosine malabsorption is present. Why do T-male type 2 patients now show a fecal smell? Don't they have a choline and betaine malabsorption? Yes, they have, but it seems that there are several different enzyme defects in the choline degradation pathway leading to such a choline malabsorption. Some of those defects do also have an indirect impact on the histidine. Degradation of the histamine in methyltransferase enzyme, which leads to a histidine malabsorption also. Additionally, the tryptophan and tyrosine degradation is further coupled to the histidine degradation, and as a result, they show a tryptophan and tyrosine malabsorption as well also. So for people being T-mal negative and have a fecal body odor type, it's very likely to have an enzyme defect in the histidine degradation pathway over the HMT enzyme. This is interesting. I don't even think I really read this whole article. This is very interesting because I know I tested negative for T-mal when I did the urine test, and for some reason, I still have this fecal body odor. So maybe I have T-mal type 2, and maybe I have histidine malabsorption and some other things. Is this the one I was looking for? Yes, this is the one I was looking for. Okay, I want to drop this link because he has some type of Google Drive that shows different types of graphs and food groups. Like, for example, I just clicked on this one pages PDF of him having like studying the different types of foods and showing the low amount of I guess compounds that are going to be released to your skin. Let me actually close this, grab this thing, and drop another link in here. And there is nobody here. There's only 3 minutes. Okay, cool. But I just wanted to show this stuff off. I'm only going to be here for like 30 minutes or so. And foodless fecal body odor with histidine. Source levels for fecal body odor high. And it says like avocados, baking chocolate, beans. Yeah, I definitely think beans make me smell worse. Celery raw, really. Why would celery make you smell bad? That's hard to believe. Restaurant Latino, empanadas be prepared. Beans, of course. Beans. I don't know. I think that's edamame is like some type of corn or something. Celery raw. That's interesting. I didn't know celery had high concentrations of fructose. That's odd. Yeah, so it makes me think to myself, I shouldn't even really be following like the T-mal or low choline diet. Just see my endo. He said I should use pH balanced soaps, laundry detergent, a wash that is called Hybe Cleanse. Oh, I've heard of Hybe Cleanse. Yeah, I actually have Hybe Cleanse. Hold on. Let me share my screen. Hold on here. Stop. And I'm back. Hybe Cleanse. Yeah, I remember people talking about Hybe Cleanse. This is like some type of soap that's used for nurses or in a hospital. And I remember I think I got this in my early 20s. Got this in my early 20s. I remember hearing about this from a Cure Zone forum. Someone was like boasting about how, oh my God, I'm cured. I just tried this Hybe cleanse and then everything was okay now. And Everything was not okay when I tried that shit. Um, Everything was definitely not okay, and it's still full. It's like halfway full because it just stopped. It just didn't work at all. Like, oh yeah, and taking. Wait, let me finish what she's ordering the P test. He says he thinks I'm missing an enzyme in my liver. I don't know. I was thinking I should take digestive enzymes. Um, yeah, I have some digestive enzymes too, but they're like expired. I don't know if I'm gonna buy some again because the thing is, I've heard stories of people trying to take a digestive enzymes and their smell is worse. Like they smell like the digestive enzymes. Like so, if some type of digestive enzymes have a sour smell to it, so once they take a good number of these digestive enzymes, they too start to get this sour smell. So maybe it wasn't a fecal smell, but now they smell like digestive enzymes. I don't know if that's like a good progression, a good difference. Um, Edamame soybeans. Okay. The lady last week, croissant, said moringa. It works, but I ate liver. So yeah, yeah. Like this is why this is why I wanted to. I think I said this before, but I never pulled the trigger on this thing. This is why I always wanted to contact all the people I've interviewed before and ask, what are the foods that you think do not make you smell bad? And if we can compile a list or create some type of spreadsheet where it shows like the type of foods that most people would say are safe or foods that most people don't think is bad for them, maybe we'll have a better understanding as to what foods we should stay away from or what foods are possibly bad for us or makes us smell worse. Yeah, what I mean, yeah, and that's the thing. It's so limited. It's like, and this is another thing about it. It's like you're always going to eat more than one food group within a day. So you eat more than one multiple, foods within a day, and then you smell bad. Then you think to yourself, "Oh, damn, was it this food? Was it that food?" And nobody's going to just eat one food group within one day. You know what I mean? Like they're not going to eat one food group throughout the whole day just to see if this food makes them smell bad. That's weird. That's weird as shit. I don't smell when I eat sea moss. Sea moss. I don't even know what that is. Sea moss. But yeah, I did want to go back. I wanted to go back and just show off that interesting. Um, yeah, I wanted to show off that interesting Google Drive thing from Danny Coons. Oops, wrong one. Is this the right one? Oops, this one. This guy compiled a list of different files from bromhydrosis to fecal body odor to sulfur body odor. And I think that all this stuff he did is so interesting. And it seems like he stopped a year ago because there's a file from 2018. And he has like a list of foods that are going to give you high amounts of bromhydrosis or high amounts of fecal body odor or high amounts of fishy body odor. Like, let's look at another one of these documents here. Source levels for fishy body odor, very high. Amaranth, Burger King, onion rings. Well, I would assume so. Um, Let me just put this right here. Okay, where am I at? Yeah, let me check on chat just a little bit. I don't smell when you see my moringa. I'm eating what I need, but eggs, red meat, and liver are the worst. Irish sea moss powder. I've been taking MSM with vitamin C. MSM has sulfur. MSM, that sounds familiar. MSM, I forgot what that name. I forgot what that is. Um, yeah, that's another thing. I'm glad you just talked about eggs. Yeah, because I don't know if you just came in early, but maybe you have T-Mal type 2 or you have T-Mal. Because if you look into here, at the worst amount or the highest amount of choline, egg yolk is the highest, has 682 milligrams of choline. And if you actually look at the adequate intake of choline, even for a male that's 14 years and older, the highest amount that you're supposed to take is about 550. But one egg yolk is 682 just for one egg. However, if you actually if you look into like egg whites, hold on, time to show more stuff that I've been looking into. And maybe I'll put this in the chat as well. If you have like 1 cup of egg white, raw, fresh, the choline is 2.7 milligrams. 2.7 milligrams. Maybe I'll share this link too. I'm going to drop this in here. Boom. So this is a lot of this stuff is very interesting. Oh yeah, and I wanted to go back to just looking at his document of choline source levels for fishy body oil are very high. So he's going through like Burger King, baby food, beef, sirloin. Boy, I wish I had a big beef steak. I haven't eaten a beef steak in a longest time, bro. Look at all this beef. Beef flank steak, beef ground 70% lean meat. That is interesting. Beef ribeye. Man, I would kill for some ribs, man. Some ribs and some French fries, bro. If I do eat, then because I need them. You know, are we getting? If we aren't getting choline, we'll be idiots, right? If you try to deprive yourself completely of choline, that's bad. I think I forgot the negative side effects of choline, of low choline. Negative side effects of not eating choline. I don't know. What are the side effects of choline has been associated with unpleasant positional trauma? No choline. And the side effects of choline deficiency, I'll say that. Deficiency. The most common symptoms of choline deficiency are fatty liver or hemorrhagic kidney necrosis. Consuming which will usually relieve these symptoms. That's interesting. We hear a lot about vitamins and minerals such as B12, folate, magnesium, vitamin C. Human body produces choline. For those wanting to see, it relates to methylene. Okay, where does it talk about choline deficiency? I don't know. I don't want to read this whole article. Let me look at the chat again. I eat ribs and fries. I want to eat ribs and fries so badly. I want to eat ribs and fries and just quit my fucking job. Milk is horrible too. Yeah, dairy is horrible for a lot of us, which is strange. I haven't eaten ice cream in a long time either. But I just wanted to share this stuff. I wanted to share this article. I was gonna make a video about it, and maybe I will still make another video about it. Another thing I wanted to talk about. Let me actually stop sharing my screen here. Another thing I wanted to talk about is metabolic specialists. So I had the interview with Chrisan, and we were sort of eat ribs and fries Friday after work. That's the thing, is like my job is not like a Monday through Friday thing. It's when we need you on this certain day, we'll go. We're going to select you. So that means I might have to work on a Saturday. I might have to work on a Sunday. Some days I might not work on a Wednesday. You know what I mean? So it's not like a fixed schedule. That's another thing why I hate the job so much. Oh man, that just bothers me. But I did want to talk about this. I didn't want to just ramble on. So the interview with Chrisan was very interesting because we started having a conversation about metabolic specialists. And the idea of trying to I don't know, get some type of specialist to look into it. Like, how do we do that? Now, I know with Maria, she created Meebo and stuff. And I tried to actually contact Maria about trying to get like information on Dr. Hazen. And if anybody doesn't know who Dr. Hazen is, he's the guy who's supposedly going to make this like this medication that's supposed to mask the TMA, so you're not going to have this odor, prolific odor about you. And it's supposedly was supposed to come out next year, but now I don't even think it's going to come out next year anymore. But I wanted to talk to Dr. Hazen or many of the people, many of the scientists or doctors that she talks to, sort of like bring them on here so they can explain the situation. And I sent her a message some time ago, but she didn't. I sent her a message like this week, like on a Monday or something. She didn't respond. And I don't think she even read the message. So maybe she's busy. Maybe she didn't go on Facebook. I sent it to her through Facebook. So maybe she just didn't come on Facebook. And so now I had to like try to email her through her like Meebo thing and see if I can get some information out of that, because I think it'd be very interesting, very important to get people who really know or have a better understanding about this condition and explain it to the viewers. Goodney Booga. Hello. Hello, Goodney Booga. Bugga. I don't know. Bugga Booga. Hello, how is it going, everybody? Also, who I actually emailed this week too is Dr. Wevers. So if anybody doesn't know who Dr. Wevers is, he made some discovery that the people who have halitosis, has a sulfuric halitosis breath, um, they found there's some type of defective gene. I think it's called Selin BP1 that causes them to smell bad. I actually made a video about it. Um, Let me see here if I could. I'll share my screen and while sharing the video, and I'll do that. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm actually going to just try to find the video right now. While I try to find the video, how's everybody's day or week? Hopefully your week was not as annoying as mine. Hold on a second. And this is it. All right, so I found the video and I'm going to share my screen in just a moment. Boom. Boom. All right, here it goes. All right, so this is the video right here. Bad breath halitosis, a genetic cause. And I'm going to share the link. So if anybody has never seen this, they can see it right now. I'm going to paste it right here. Eat ribs and fries, bro. I want to eat ribs and fries so badly, man. I really like eating ribs and fries right now. Like if I had to quit my job, if I had to keep my job or eat ribs and fries and quit the job, man, those ribs and fries makes a motherfucker want to quit so badly. If I had to choose those two options, keeping my job, going back to work and dealing with people who talk shit behind my back and saying I smell so badly, or B, quit the fucking job and go to Chili's and eat the biggest plate of ribs with a side of fries, god damn, that shit sounds too tempting to do. But I can't do that because I'm grown and I just can't just quit jobs and stuff. I want to do it so badly. But I can't, man. I can't. But yeah, I do want to say this if anybody just coming through. Um, it does say interview no show, but the person that was supposed to do interview notified me that, he couldn't make it on that Friday because he had work to do. So, I was trying to scramble and try to find other people to, fill in the interview spot. The problem is methyl sulfur. Let me look into that. Can you look up MSM? See if it helps our liver. Okay, well, let's look into that and share the screen. Again, hold on a second here while I share the screen. And I am going to share. Boom. So methyl sulfide, let's just say MSM. I have so much stuff out. Okay, MSM overview. MSM is a chemical found in green plants, animals, and humans. It can also be made in a laboratory. MSM has become popular because of the book, The Miracle of MSM, the National Solution for Pain, but there's little published scientific research to support its use. Contrary to some literature that promotes MSM, there is no recommended dietary allowance, RDA, for MSM or sulfur, which is in MSM. Sulfur deficiency has not been described in the medical literature. People take MSM by mouth and apply it to skin for chronic pain, osteoarthritis, joint inflammation, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoporosis, inflammation around the joints, bursitis, tendonitis, swelling around the tendons, tenosynovitis, musculoskeletal pain, muscle cramps, hardened skin condition called scleroderma, scar tissue, stretch marks, hair loss, wrinkles, protection against sun, windburn. What the hell is windburn? That's crazy. Eye inflammation, oral hygiene, gum disease, wounds, cuts, and abrasions, accelerated wound healing. People also take MSM by mouth for relief of allergies, chronic constipation, sour stomach, ulcers, a bowel disease called diverticulosis, premenstrual syndrome, mood elevation, obesity, poor circulation, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. It is also taken by mouth for type 2 diabetes, liver problems, eyes, Alzheimer's disease, to control snoring. Jesus Christ, lung disorders, including emphysema and pneumonia, chronic fatigue syndrome, autoimmune disorders, systemic lupus, HIV infection, and AIDS. This shit is for everything. MSM is also taken by mouth for eye inflammation, mucus. Okay, it's for everything. It's for everything. How does it work? MSM might supply sulfur to make other chemicals in the body. So it supplies sulfur to make other chemicals in the body that's supposed to possibly relieve all these types of diseases and symptoms. Interesting. Let me stop this. Share it. Hello, sorry I'm late. Yeah, there's nothing really to happen. There's no interview or anything happening. So it's not like it's not like this is a big thing. Actually, I'm pretty much gonna end it right here. I think I shared everything I needed to share. It doesn't need to be any longer than 40 minutes. Over here, I basically covered a lot of different links I was looking at. I wanted to share to people. I dropped them in the chat. So if anybody rewatches it, I dropped like at least 6 or 7 links of just interesting articles about choline, about different foods that have low choline, about a person named Danny Coons and his research into bronchidrosis and fecal body odor and fishy body odor, and his list of foods that he feels have high amounts of whatever chemicals that is causing you to smell, and also has a list of low amounts of food that has low amounts of this chemical that is going to cause you to smell. So you can look into all that stuff too. I also wanted to just discuss before I left. I wanted to discuss. Hey, you can try. Hey, can you try so? I don't know what that means. I also wanted to discuss metabolic specialists and how can we possibly get people to recognize, or I don't know, get some type of metabolic specialist to look into this thing, or at least I don't know, find some intrigue in this and possibly do some type of project to look into why we have this odor, or maybe explain the reasons why this is happening to us. Hey, can you try some moringa this week? Also, stop those soy burgers too. Yeah, I stopped eating those veggie burgers, bro. I stopped eating those veggie burgers. I stopped eating chicken. I stopped eating chicken too. It's like I felt like I should eat chicken because they said chicken is good. But I gotta share my screen one more time because I think they talk about chicken here. Hold on. Chicken. They talk about chicken here. And I know that people say that chicken is good for them or chicken doesn't make them smell that bad. But I think chicken makes me smell bad. And I think it because it has high amounts of choline. Don't eat chickpeas either. I never ate chickpeas. But I did want to show you this. I keep saying before I go. Let me share my screen one more time. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And now let me share. So I'm back here at this website. I'm always just going to just drop links. Boom. And if you look at here, the chicken, broilers or fries, breast, meat only, cooked, roasted, 1 cup of just chicken that could be broiled or cooked or roasted. The amount of choline is 119 milligrams just for 1 cup. Now, if you look into like a half a breast, that's like 73 milligrams. But I usually eat like a full breast of like chicken. So that means that's probably like 140 milligrams. And I do recall in order to like for people who have TMAL, in order to like cut out like the smell in general, you have to like get like 200, you have to eat somewhere under 200 milligrams or something like that. So if this one chicken breast is like 140 milligrams, like what the hell? What the hell's gonna happen? Stay away from seasoning, and that's my problem. I don't think I can ever stay away from seasoning. I gotta put some salt and pepper or something in this on that thing. I actually put like on the chicken. I put like some type of Cajun seasoning, and it tasted good, but I don't know. Oh, but yeah, I was gonna say like that's why I eat egg whites for protein. I eat egg whites because it has very little choline. Is hummus or falafels okay to eat? Caramel gazelle. It depends on the choline. I mean, unless you, I don't know. Let's look into that. Now that I have like this thing out here, I got this self-nutrition data chart. I could see like the choline intake of hummus, and it doesn't say. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen right now. Like with choline, there's no choline, and I don't know what this means. Where it doesn't really have a number, it has this like I don't know what this character is called. Maybe it means that they couldn't find any choline. Maybe they just didn't look for choline. But for hummus commercial, a cup of it, it says it doesn't have a number to it. Falafels. What is a falafel? Let me look into that. Falafel. Falafel. Home prepared. What is a falafel? Look at that. I don't know what this means. Maybe it means that they haven't really checked the amount of choline a falafel has, or it means it doesn't have any type of choline within it. But I highly doubt. I don't know. I think everything has some. I don't know. I don't know. Okay to eat hummus is chickpeas. Let me look at chickpeas. Let's just look at a lot of stuff. Chickpeas. Chickpeas flour. Canned, cooked without salt. Sure, why not? The choline in that is 70 milligrams for a cup of chickpeas, aka garbanzo beans or bingo gram. So that's interesting too. But how long is this? It's like about like 42 minutes long. Um, I didn't mean to make it this long. I just wanted to show some links of stuff I've been looking at. Also, I do want to say this before I go. I made a video about this electronic nose that was made, this device called ES100 that was made from this company called Tanita. Oh, let me share my screen. I mean, stop sharing my screen. So I've been making this, I made a video about this electronic nose called ES100 that was made by this Japanese company called Tanita. And apparently, it's supposed to detect any unpleasant and foul odors, so you know that you smell bad. Now, for a lot of people, I didn't even really explain it that well, but for a lot of people who have this weird condition, like they cannot detect their odor, the family and friends that you try to connect with and try to tell them, hey, I have this condition, they cannot detect it either. So it's always a problem, right? So my thing was, when I looked at that like ES100 device, I was thinking to myself, maybe that is the thing that could possibly detect my odor. So, but at the same time, I'm having dinner right now. Sorry, I'm missing everything. Oh, shit, eat dinner, bro. Eat dinner, man, because I'm hungry as shit too. Um, what I was gonna say, yeah. So I was gonna say, yeah. So there was this device called ES100 supposed to detect your odor. And it was very, very interesting. And this company made this product for middle-aged Japanese men in corporations, because for some reason they had this fear that they have this like old person, old man smell. So the company Tanita made this device to try to help them detect whether or not they have some lingering smell off their bodies, right? Um, and but at the same time, it's not really sold on the market. It's not really sold at all. Stand in a small enclosed space in your house for like 5 to 10 minutes, leave them alone, come back. That's what you smell like. I've stood in small enclosed spaces, but they haven't. I don't know. Maybe I haven't stand in small enclosed spaces long enough, but they haven't. I don't think it really helps me. I think I was actually possibly trying to do. I was possibly going to do is go on Craigslist and pay someone $10 to smell me and tell me what I smell like. That was an idea I have in my head, and I still have that idea. It's still lingering in my head. Still lingering in my head. But I do want to show you this. So a person actually emailed me. Let me share something. I keep saying I wouldn't share anything, or this is the last time sharing something, but now, like, I just want to share this. So a person emailed me and told me that they actually have this on Amazon. Tania Order Checker ES100 BK Black, and it was $85. Now in the company, when I went to like the Japanese website, it was $127, but this is $85. However, um, we got a negative review. There was only one customer review, and it's a negative review. And let's read the negative review. The negative review says, waste of money, nothing smells bad. This is December 1st, 2018. So this sort of actually ruins my hopes, because I'm thinking to myself, maybe this could actually make me be able to detect my odor. But nonetheless, I bought it. And it's $85. And apparently next week I'm gonna get it. And next week when I get this thing, I'm gonna see. We'll see what's up. We'll see if it actually does what it says it does. And if it doesn't, then oh well, at least I tried. Good idea. Are the reviews real? Only people can tell you. The review, I would assume, is real. I don't know. Because this is the thing about reviews. I hate reviews that are less than 2 sentences, because it's like they don't really give you a good enough explanation as to why the product is bad. Now, technically, he gave you exactly what you need to know. It doesn't smell anything. but I would at least want more thorough detail of why you don't like the product. Um, but I'm gonna buy this. I mean, I already bought it, and I'm waiting next week. It's supposed to come next week, in the very least on a Wednesday, and then we'll see what's up with this thing. If it doesn't smell my odor, then it means a couple of things. I'm crazy, or the product is shit. It means one of those two things. Hopefully, I'm crazy. Hopefully, I'm crazy. And it just detects nothing. It detects no smell at all. Um, but yeah, didn't want to go too long. Also, pH balanced body wash, no scent, no lotion, no scent. Like, what's a pH balanced body wash? What is that? What are those? Can you find that like in a Publix? I don't know what that is. pH balanced body wash? Can I find this in my like local grocery store? Or do I have to go online to do it? Here's another thing. Speaking of online, because there's a lot of stuff. Drink tons of water, moringa. Here's another thing I wanted to show. Let me get up and get something right real quick. Real quick, real quick. And I'm back from outer space. So I've heard a lot of people rave about this deodorant. I don't think it's gonna focus, but this is Loom. I've heard a lot of people talk about Loom a lot. Loom deodorant, because it's supposed to be like, I don't want to say it's organic, but it's supposed to be aluminum. It says here aluminum free, baking soda free, doctor developed, hypoallergenic. I don't know what that means, but it's supposed to be really good for you. It's supposed to be one of these natural deodorants. Um, and I've heard heard a lot of positive things um, on Meebo forums about Loom deodorant being good and so on and so forth. I want to make a video about this so bad. I want to actually show this off thing. Yeah. Um, because I have a lot of things to say about it, but at the same time, I haven't even been using it for a week. I've only been using it for a couple of days. So I'm not gonna say anything until I have like 7 days under my belt, and then I'll give my positive and negative reviews about it. And I also was thinking to myself, maybe I should actually do reviews on like natural deodorants, because my channel is called Body Odor Sufferers. So maybe I should try to like do reviews on just deodorants and I don't know, mouthwash or some shit like that. But let me finish reading this. 5.5 6 pH balance online. They have some German ones on Amazon. Fast, a couple of days use. However, sea moss powder has 92 of the 102 minerals your body needs. Drink tons of water and use sea moss powder. I get those from my local health store. Damn, it's already 50 minutes. I didn't want to make it this long. But yeah, I appreciate everybody for staying. I mean, there was nothing here. But yeah, hopefully you look at the links that I provided early within the first 10 minutes, and maybe that'll help some people out. I'm going to end it right here. You guys have a good night.